Morale here. Going to show another example of finding the area of a regular polygon. In this problem, it is finding the area of a decagon, which means we have 10 sides. So I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, there are 10 sides here in this regular decagon. All right. So just like in previous problems, I am going to break up this decagon into congruent triangles. And it looks like I have 10 of them. So that means I need to find the area of one of these triangles. I'm going to go ahead and just highlight kind of one of them. Not highlighting it, kind of scribbling it. All right, so I want to find the area of that triangle, and then I'm going to times it by 10 because there's 10 of them. All right, so I'm going to use this formula, area equals 10 times base times height divided by 2. All right, so I'm going to use that formula just like when I found the octagon. I did 8 times base times height divided by 2. So if I had a homework question that told me to find the area of a 100-sided polygon, I would have 100 times base times height divided by 2. Okay, all right, so how do I find, I'm noticing it's a little bit hard to see here, but there is a 10 right here, so they are giving me this length. It is 10, so I just need to go ahead and draw in my height. So let me go ahead and put the height. I'm going to drop that down. Okay, that's going to be my height. Let me label that. Okay, so that's my height. And down here is my base, which it looks like I also do not have. So down here is my base, which I don't have, but I do know that this length right here is 10. All right, so I am going to need to find, I am going to go ahead and call this piece right here, I'm just going to call it X. So I am going to need to find that piece, and then I will double it to get my base. All right, so first question, I need to go back and find this central angle. So that's going to be 360 degrees, because that would be all the way around, divided by 10, which is 36. So this angle right here is 36 degrees, which means this angle right here is that cut in half. That must be an 18-degree angle. Okay, a little bit hard to see that. Let me go back and see if I can adjust that a little bit. You put that right there. That's 18. All right. Okay, so just like before, I'm going to use some trigonometry. I'm going to have to do 2 different trig ratios though. So I notice that X, okay, and I'm also going to go, if this is 10, that means that this piece over here is 10. So X is the side opposite my 18-degree angle, and 10 is the hypotenuse. So that looks like I have opposite, I have hypotenuse. What could that be? Oh yeah, that's right, it is sine. So we are going to have to use sine. So I am going to do sine 18 degrees, which will equal the side opposite, which is my x. So that's going to be x divided by 10. All right, I'm going to now go ahead and use a calculator to find sine 18 degrees on my Chromebook or on Desmos, and that is 0.31. So I'm going to put 0.31 equals x divided by 10. Okay, I'm going to write the cross product, or I could just multiply both sides by 10 to get rid of dividing by 10. So it looks like my x is going to be 3.1, which means my base is double that. So my base is going to be 6.2. All right, fabulous. So I have found my base. My base is 6.2, but I do need to go back and find the height. So I don't have the height. I have a choice. I can use, here's my angle, it's 18. The height would be the side adjacent, and 10 is the hypotenuse. So adjacent over hypotenuse. Adjacent over hypotenuse. What is that? Oh, that's right. That's going to be cosine. So I'm going to use cosine. So I will do cosine 18 degrees equals adjacent, which is the height, over the hypotenuse. Again, I'll use my calculator to see what cosine 18 degrees is. It's 0.95. So I have 0.95 equals the hypotenuse, the height divided by 10. Okay, multiply both sides by 10. It looks like I'm going to have the height is 9.5. All right, so now that I have my base and I have my height, I'm going to go back up to the formula I had right up here. And I'm going to find the area. It's going to be 10 times my base, which is 6.2. So it's going to be 10 times 6.2 times my height, which is 9.5, being divided by 2. Okay, so I'm going to go back and do that. That looks to be 6.2 times 9.5 times 10 divided by 2 is 294. So I'm going to have 294.5, and that would be square units. All right, I hope that that is helpful, and I will see you guys all in the Zoom meetings.